So, Mary has dedicated the month of February to a specific food. Do you want to guess what she picked?
Sure. Could it be chocolate?
No.
Hmm. How about chili?
No. Let me give you some hints.
Okay.
It is grown,
hmm
but not in February. It is picked, but not in February.
Your nose?
No.
Welcome to Mom's Wooden Spoon, where the recipes are retro and so are your hosts.
You can say that again. Welcome to Mom's Wooden Spoon.
Yay!
Today we are going to make cherry bread pudding.
I cannot wait.
I think it sounds quite tasty.
I love cherries.
Yep.
I love bread pudding.
Yeah, there's more to be seen to this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. I mean,
yeah.
it is cooked in the micro.
It is, and the bread part is slices of white bread.
Right.
So it's something. It does come from a Mary's memo, though.
That's true.
February 1st,
Yeah.
1982.
Mhm.
And in honor of February,
Mhm.
Mary has made this memo all things cherry.
Oh, I love it.
She even says cherry ideas for February.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why. So she does try to explain
Mhm.
as to why she's done it, but the explanation, I'll be honest, seemed a little bootleg.
Well, guess what? I figured it out.
Shut your face.
I know. I did some research on this recipe, and she says that she found it in the 1982 Microwave Times.
Yes, which she loves.
Right. I found that 1982 Microwave Times on eBay.
Oh,
Yep.
doggone.
And they had pictures of several of the pages, and I lucked out because it only had like 4 or 5 pictures of different recipes. Cherry bread pudding was one of them.
Right.
It was also listed on the front cover saying that it was a family dessert to celebrate George Washington's birthday.
Which apparently is in February.
Apparently.
I'll be darned. Well, I
Yeah.
was like, red cherry for Valentine's Day? Like,
Right,
what
yeah.
is this?
Yeah. Yep. So George Washington's birthday. I guess everybody knew that in 1982. And
Well,
just
right. February cherry tree.
yeah, yeah.
So we need a whole month of cherry ideas.
Yeah, I mean, there weren't a lot of cherry trees probably having cherries on them in February.
Well, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
It was kind of bootleggy. Cherries aren't exactly growing in February.
Yeah,
They're not exactly being picked.
I know, right? So you were very confused. But fortunately, I found Microwave Time.
She just stole that right out of Microwave Time.
She did indeed.
A kinder person would have said, she is so resourceful.
Right.
Having utilized that information.
It's not like she could get on the Googles and look up cherry recipes.
That is true. There were no interwebs.
No.
It was card catalog or bust.
That's right. So she did a good job.
She did.
They had some other fun pictures of recipes on that 1982 Microwave Times. Recipes I can't imagine anyone would make because they were so detailed.
Interesting. And obviously because they were microwave.
Right, right. And it was like back and forth, just like microwave recipes we've made in the past. They were just way too many steps and cook it at this power and then cook it at that power. And they were really crazy. And a lot of them had liquor in them.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes it more fun.
I know. They had some that seemed pretty easy, but then they had a lot that just seemed, wow.
Yeah, far too much.
Yeah. Now this one's going to be easy, I think.
Okay.
So what do we do?
You take some cherry filling, you take some bread, some eggs and sugar, whip it up, put it in the microwave. Ta-da!
Yeah, it's basically you take the cherry pie filling and put it at the bottom, toss the bread cubes on top, and make an eggy mixture.
Yeah, not really bread pudding, but kind of.
Yeah.
I am happy to try it. You had me at cherry pie filling.
Oh, I do love the good cherry pie filling.
Yes, as do I.
All right, so the first step says to spread the pie filling evenly in our 1.5 quart casserole. So you want to start working on that?
Sure.
And then we're going to top that with the bread cubes. I have a spatula for you if you need it to get out all that cherry goodness.
Yes, I don't think this is a real challenging task as it's...
I don't think the whole thing is going to be a challenging task. It says to microwave the butter until melted, and it tells me exactly how many seconds to do it in the micro.
Well,
just in case I'm not aware.
That's super handy. Well, if this is your first time with the micro back in 1984.
Yeah, 1982, right?
Whatever, 1980 something. So I think I've mentioned before, but my plan as a child was if the dessert was pink, eat it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because it meant it was strawberry or cherry based, and I automatically was going to love that.
Yum, yum.
And so I was trying to look up some of those delicious pink desserts.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite.
Ooh, do tell.
Because I remember.
Yeah.
Cherry fluff salad.
Oh, did you love that?
Cherry pie filling, marshmallows, crushed pineapple, and almond extract all in one bowl.
Yum, yum, yum.
I mean, does it get better than that?
This might be pretty close. It says almond extract in it as well.
I know.
Carrie.
Everything's better with almond extract.
Oh, I do love a splash of almond extract in my cookies, in anything. Pancakes, it tastes really good.
We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, we have.
And not only do you like a splash of almond extract and things.
Yes.
You're pretty militant.
What?
About utilizing the splash of almond extract.
Am I now?
Yeah. You try to pawn yourself off as this easygoing, laid back lady.
I am. Yeah.
But when it comes to splashes of almond extract, you are like, there will be almond.
Wow.
Splash it now.
Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It said vanilla. I also want almond. Put in almond. Here's the almond. Almond. Yeah, it gets kind of scary.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I cower briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right.
Let's take some turns.
We're almost done.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a fun kick back and relax with Carrie and Kristen.
Ooh, it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to pour this quarter cup of butter all over, and then you have to pour a tablespoon of lemon juice, sprinkle that all over after I do the butter. So let me pour the butter on. Don't worry, Carrie, I have plenty of things to talk about today. Carrie screwed it up. Now she has lemon juice all over her phone.
The lemon juice, it's got like that little hole thing.
Yeah, a little squirty squirt.
And so I was trying to squirt it to get the lemon juice to come out faster. And I don't know my own strength.
Apparently not. Oh my goodness. Let me get something to wipe that off your phone.
It went everywhere.
You'll go to the store. They'll be like, how did your phone die? Lemon juice.
But it'll taste delightful.
That's so true.
Have you seen those lemon juice challenges?
Yeah, they're crazy.
I think we should do one.
Nope. Nope. Almond extract, maybe.
Oh,
that would burn. That would taste like burning.
I think that might be worse than the lemon juice.
I know, right?
All right, and now we have 3 eggs sitting here. What do we do with them?
We're going to make a little custard with the milk, the egg, and the sugar.
There's lemon juice
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh my gosh, it's all over her notes.
It is everywhere.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh,
it's on the computer.
Yeah.
Carrie. Oh my gosh, a couple episodes ago you had cocoa powder and powdered sugar all over the front of you, and I
was a hot butter.
Mess. Oh, you were a mess.
I was.
Absolute mess. Now it's the lemon juice.
Yeah, well, it hit the scoop of the spoon.
It just splashed a little bit.
And it just, took flight.
Yes. Okay, so let's read these directions. Combine milk, eggs, and sugar and almond extract and beat well.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, maybe you can beat it to the tune.
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to tell you my top favorite songs from 1982, and they might surprise you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're your top, not anybody else's.
They were in the top 100, but I chose my fave.
Oh, okay. Well, let's crack some eggs first.
Okay, here we go. Don't you want me? You say you don't believe you. I don't know the words. Don't you say you don't you want me?
You really got trust issues.
Man, you say I don't believe you. I loved that song. Of course, I can't come up with the right words as we're cracking eggs.
Oh my gosh. You say you don't believe you.
You say you don't believe you. Oh, that was great.
Oh, that was good.
Okay, let's see if I can do this one right. My other favorite, I only have 2, which I know that'll shock you. I usually go on and on
and on and on.
8675309. 67539.
The best part, which you can't see, is she's got her hands shaking above her head like those long red sticks with the air that go in them, and how their hands flop.
Oh yeah, the waving man thing. Yeah.
She's doing that real big as she's singing. Yes. And then when she gets to the quiet 867, the hands get smaller.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we need? Milk and sugar.
Milk, pour.
And then I'll get the sugar out.
Ooh,
for
that
us.
sounds like
splashy.
Splashy, not like lemon juice.
No, that's already been splashed.
I have never spent so much time garnering sugar.
Garnering sugar, huh?
Yeah.
Because I garner a lot of stuff, including sugar.
All over.
Because I'm laughing at you, Miss Garnering.
I mean, we're still waiting on the sugar.
Miss Jennifer Garner, come on.
Oh, she does cooking videos.
Oh, that's right.
Have you ever seen her do her cooking videos that aren't really cooking videos?
No.
She's so just fun, the cutest darn thing in the whole wide world.
She is so cute.
She just can't help it.
Well, you can't talk while you whisk.
Oh, I can too. Watch this.
Oh my God in heaven. She spilled it again. She spilled it again. This is why we have the 4-cup measuring cup, because Mary knew someone would come around like Carrie who would, you're making a lot of noise on purpose so that I have to edit this out, aren't you? You stinker.
I hadn't thought of that, but no.
Oh, we need the almond extract. I am militant about this, so let me get it in there.
Watch out. God forbid we forget it.
We better not forget it. All right. Half a teaspoon.
Okay.
And you actually have to be careful with almond extract because it can get extremely strong real fast.
You know that you spilled it all down the side.
I did nothing of the sort.
I said nothing.
Nothing of the
I
sort.
let you spill it, and I did not mock you. Okay.
All right. I want to tell you a quick story before we pour this over.
Okay.
I Googled cherries in 1982.
I mean, what's your expectation is what I want.
I did not know.
Okay.
But you know, when you're looking for notes for the podcast,
yeah,
you have to go in a lot of different directions because we've already done 1982 recipes before. So we've done a lot of the, pop culture. What the heck else do we talk about, right? It's kind of tricky. So I just typed in cherries in 1982, hoping beyond hope that something would come up, and I was not disappointed.
So you hit pay dirt.
Oh, did I ever? There was a video.
Oh, okay.
The very first thing that popped up was a British video from 1982 in which a reporter on the street was showing some old ladies some cherry-flavored edible underwear.
Shut up.
Yeah. She hands it to one lady who is a total hoot, and the reporter says, "These are cherry-flavored knickers. Would you like to try some?" And the old lady says, "What do you mean? Eat it?" She takes a nibble and she says, "Oh, so they are. Now I'd sooner say that's raspberry." She was awesome. She laughed and laughed. The whole video is hilarious. The reporter goes to a bunch of different people on the street and gets them to literally take a bite of these cherry-flavored edible knickers. If you guys want to watch it, we will have the link on our website. It's not very long, maybe a 4-minute video. It just gets better and better.
That's cute.
It was so great.
Not at all what I anticipated. I thought there was like the Great Cherry Famine of 1982.
Well, actually, 1982 saw the largest tart cherry crop in 10 years.
It was the opposite of the Great Cherry Famine.
It was. It was the perfect year for making all Mary's cherry recipes. Do you know one other thing that was cherry that they taste tested at the 1982 World's Fair in Tennessee?
McDonald's cherry pie.
No.
Oh.
Cherry Coke.
Ooh, I love cherry Coke.
Me too.
You pretty much add that cherry flavor to all sodas.
And it's delish.
Delightful.
Absolutely.
I had a cherry flavored ginger ale the other day.
I bet that was good.
Yeah, it doesn't just have to be a cola.
Okay, I think it's time to start, pouring on the stuff.
So we pour on the eggs and then we sprinkle on cinnamon. Which one do you want to do?
I'm doing the cinnamon. I have seen how you sprinkle stuff, and it has not gone well today, Carrie.
Nothing I have done has gone well today, Kristen.
I'm used to that, Carrie.
I was going to say it's a normal day in the kitchen with Carrie.
It's a normal day in the kitchen with Carrie, a normal day for a kitchen.
That was weird.
Yeah, I know.
It's a good try.
Thank you.
That one's not winning any awards.
Dang it.
Mm-mm.
I try.
Okay, I'm pouring. You better hurry it up.
Hurry. I just have to pour cinnamon on the top.
Yeah, how much are you going to sprinkle?
I don't know.
These are things you need to decide, Kristen. We don't work in this kitchen all willy-nilly.
That is so true.
We have a plan and we execute it.
Wow.
And when almond is involved, we are militant about the execution.
I don't understand where you come up with that I'm militant.
I think we made cookies one season. and we were discussing if we should add in almond or not. And if I recall correctly, you had very strong, no, they weren't just strong opinions, but you communicated them well.
Oh, and that makes me militant, huh?
Well, I'm being really polite in the words I use.
Oh, nice.
So they were strong opinions you communicated militantly, is what I'm trying to say. So then, and guess what? We added the almond.
Heck yeah, we did. Heck yeah, we did. Because I was militant about it. I was afraid. You're crazy. Wow. Well, she was not kidding when she said 1.5 quart container. It is, what, 1/4 of an inch from the top?
It's nicely full.
Yeah, it is. All right, so we're going to pop this into the micro for 17 to 19 minutes. I think I'll start it with 17 minutes and see how we go. 17 minutes.
And we have it starting.
We have liftoff. So, Carrie, I was trying to think. You got an entire room makeover when you were a kid.
I did.
I was thinking that might have been around 1982.
Wow. It was in the 80s. I
think for sure. Now, the bedroom before this had something pretty cool on the ceiling.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was the bedroom that when we moved into this house,
yeah,
little Kristen looked in the window and was like, this is the house we need.
Yep.
And this is my bedroom.
This is my bedroom. It ended up being Carrie's after all, but it had floral wallpaper on the ceiling.
It did. And it was like fluorescent greens and pinks.
And they were groovy flowers.
Super groovy wallpaper on the ceiling.
Man.
You will be surprised to know that upon remodeling, redecorating the bedroom, that the wallpaper was the first thing Mom took away.
And that was very sad to me.
Yeah, it's sad to me too, because it was so groovy.
So groovy. And then I think you had one of those super cool bedspreads I saw on like a Sears catalog from the 70s. It was patchwork quilt of different patches of floral pattern in pastels, and all the patches were hooked together with bric-a-brac.
You have mentioned this before, and I have zero recollection.
Really?
I don't remember. Not even one little bit.
Oh,
what I do remember about that bedroom is on occasion, we would need to share the bed.
Yes.
Frequently before like Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, we'd share the bed for Christmas Day. And what I recall the most is that you said the only way that you could fall asleep is if you rolled over toward me and threw your leg and arm over me, suffocating and stifling me. And then after I could take it no more, I would get out from underneath you and go walk around the other side of the bed to just get in on the other side of the bed. And in your deep, deep sleep, you would roll over to that side of the bed. So then I'd rock over to the other side, and once again, in a fit of deep sleep, you'd roll back over.
Oh my goodness.
So that I could not, in fact, get back into the bed at all until in a fit of rage, I woke your mean self up and told you to move over and got in the bed.
Well, guess what? I did that to my husband our first year married, and now I have a body pillow.
I was like, and now he sleeps in the other room.
That's right. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, sorry about that.
Hilarious.
Sorry about that.
That is the worst sorry, not sorry I've ever heard in my life.
Not sorry.
I have mentioned my childhood trauma over having to share a bed with Kristen in the past.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was perfect older sister.
Of course.
Hijinks.
Yeah, and why would we share a bedroom on Christmas Eve? To make sure we both stayed in the bed?
I think it was a way to make sure that neither one of us got up.
Oh, that was clever.
Yeah, because then one of us would ultimately get up to go to the other one.
Yeah.
And so if you just stuck us in the same room, why didn't we sleep in your room? I don't know.
Oh, because, I had bunk beds and you had a nice double bed. You probably would have preferred the bunk beds because I would have been in a totally separate bed from you.
Never crossed my mind until this very moment. Why didn't we sleep in your bed?
I don't know. But there's a story in my husband's family where all the kids, there were several of them, got up and would gather in the brother's room.
Okay.
And they were making a lot of noise, and their dad got up and came in the room, and, the light was on, and so he was squinting and stuff, and he's like, you guys go back to bed. It's too early. And my husband, as a little boy, was brave enough to go, that's fine, old squint eyes.
Oh, he risked life and limb.
Oh, that was brave to say squint eyes to his dad.
That's hilarious.
So now back to your bedroom. I just started to think that it probably wasn't 82 because you had a Kirk Cameron poster on your wall. Do you remember that?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Because I looked up to see how tall Kirk Cameron was and hung the poster. So his head was at real Kirk Cameron height.
Oh, for kissing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I kiss him goodnight every night.
I love it. And that Growing Pains didn't come out until 1985.
But now there's no saying that I didn't hang the Kirk Cameron poster.
That's true. After.
Right. Because I mean, it was just taped to the wall.
Right. Now, my question is, I think the room was mint green with a mint green gingham wallpaper, I think, on at least one wall.
Yes, the room was a pale green.
Yeah.
And it had flowers in kind of stripes on one wall. On the
Why
far
do
wall.
I remember it as being green gingham?
There was no gingham.
Wow. Isn't it funny how memories work?
Yeah. And I had a comforter that had pale, like rainbow stripes going down and that matched kind of the flower stripes of the wall.
Wow. Pattern on pattern. Oh my goodness. It was
so cute. But look at the super cool waterbed.
Oh my gosh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
The waterbed was wonderful. I saved up half the money for the waterbed with my babysitting money.
Wow.
And our parents paid for the rest of it. But back in the 80s, you got paid like a couple of bucks for babysitting for hours.
Right.
So I had to save up a long time to get that waterbed.
But you loved it.
Oh, did I love it? I had it until our first couple of years of marriage.
Wow.
We finally got rid of it.
The waterbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a free floaty. It was not one with a foam insert.
Oh, I loved my waterbed.
I remember when you took it, when you moved out and you had to move into an apartment complex.
Yeah.
They were really concerned about you living on the second floor.
With the weight of the waterbed.
That you were going to crash in and kill the people below you.
I know, right? And sometimes if it was configured in a crazy way, I'd have to hook up the hose to fill it in an outside spigot and run the hose up into the window and into the bed.
That's how I didn't even think about filling it.
Yeah.
Oh, but that sucker would be beautiful to move.
It was so easy. You pour the water out, you put the hose into the bathtub and let it all drain out and kind of squish it down. And then you just fold it up and unscrew all the pieces and the bed just comes apart. It could fit in a hatchback.
Go gadget bed.
Go gadget bed.
I mean, that's versus like trying to tie your mattress to the roof of your hoopty.
I know, right?
Yeah. Try not to make the whole car blow.
I know, and I
moved
that
style.
Flying nun style. I moved that bed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got good at it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I liked it best when it was sloshy.
Yeah.
When you'd get some air bubbles in the bed.
Yeah.
So as you'd wriggle around, it would slosh.
But I tried not to have those, so I would burp the bed. You had to burp the bed. Do you remember that?
I do.
You take the cap off and then you carefully kind of squish those bubbles out. It's kind of like putting on a screen protector. You know how you squish the bubbles out?
Yes,
You kind of did that with a...
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have burped it at all. I'd have blown extra air in there. I like
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, I can smell the eggs.
Oh my gosh, let's take a peek at it through the little window over the micro. Oh, it's fluffed all up except for the center is still in a big divot.
Okay. So it's not cooked yet, but we've got 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes left. Ooh, and yes, smelling like custard.
It is. I can start to smell the eggs.
Yeah.
So, I thought one of the weirdest things was just take pieces of white bread and throw them in. I mean, I realize bread pudding uses old bread. I don't know, it just struck me as odd. But so I got started looking because I know sliced bread hasn't been around near as long as you would think it has been around.
Right.
Do you know what year it was invented?
I know there's something on the internet about Betty White and sliced bread. Either Betty White was born prior to there being sliced bread or after.
She was prior.
So
our grandma was prior.
Oh my gosh. So early 1900s.
Yes.
Tell me the date.
1928.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I looked it up. I was like, let's learn a little bit more about how sliced bread came about. And this is a quote from the website that I found. It was an NBC article about sliced bread.
Okay.
The history of sliced bread is marked by innovation, a factory fire, wary consumers, a wartime ban, and public outcry.
Holy moly.
It is a little known story full of drama and intrigue.
Who would have thunk.
I know. I feel like that should be like the beginning of our Dateline special.
No kidding.
Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about it.
Please do.
It's not near as dramatic or intriguing as one would think.
Oh.
But Otto Frederick Rodwetter.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We're just going to call him Ott from now on. He was a bedwetter. Okay. Ott had purchased jewelry stores. And he got this great idea that we needed to have sliced bread. So he sold his jewelry stores for capital.
Mm-hmm.
He created a very promising prototype for a bread slicing machine. And in 1917, after creating this, there was a factory fire. It destroyed all of his blueprints and the prototype machine.
No.
Yeah, so poor Ott spent the next 10 years reworking the prototype of the bread machine. And so then in 1928, he created a 10-foot long metal box that would cut and wrap bread. But they wrap it in wax paper.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's when he came out with his bread slicing machine.
He was persistent.
Apparently he did all kinds of stuff. Ott was just a creating genius.
Wow.
He did all kinds of stuff. And one of the side benefits of the sliced bread machine is that the toaster, which had been invented far earlier in 1893, became super popular. Because you could just take your piece of sliced bread and toast it.
Easy peasy. You wouldn't have to get out a knife and a cutting board and make a mess.
Yes. Okay. But during World War II, they had a lot of bans on various foods.
Yeah.
And they banned pre-sliced bread.
What?
Yeah. For in homes and bakeries. Why? Nobody really can figure out. Because there was no shortage on flour. There was no shortage on metal to make the cutting machines. Plus, everybody already had a cutting machine. It's not like they broke. So there was absolutely no reason that anybody historically can find out why they did it. And that is the public outcry. People lost their crap. Women, housewives, lost their crap. And one housewife wrote into a large newspaper and wrote that it was important for the, and I quote, morale and saneness of a household.
Oh my God.
To have sliced bread.
Heck yeah.
I mean, talk about an invention that made a huge difference in the lives of housewives, so much so that
housewives are saying, we're going to lose our minds if you take this away.
If you take this away from us.
Who would have thunk?
In that short period of time, we cannot live without it.
I never would have thought that the bread slicing machine would be that important.
Have that big of a result.
An impact.
I mean, there's obviously a reason that people say it's the best thing since sliced bread.
That's right. I never really understood that.
Yeah.
Oh, Saved by the Bell.
Saved from what?
A lengthy discussion about more bread.
I was done.
Oh, good. Let's check it out.
She's so negative.
Ooh, let's see. I think it might need...
Oh, it looks too eggy still.
Yeah, the middle is still sunken.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it for the 2 additional minutes.
I think that's perfect.
All right.
All right, more beeping.
So we're going to do
2 minutes.
Actually, back to 1982, I decided, since we were doing everything cherry, to look up what would be the most popular dessert in 1982.
Okay.
And I thought, maybe it'll be something about cherries. That would be cool. But no, it was about strawberries.
Okay.
It was strawberry poke cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never made one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so easy. You make the box cake, probably white or yellow, probably white because it looks prettier. And then you take the handle of a wooden spoon and poke holes all over it and pour, in this case, strawberry jello, just the liquid before it solidifies, all over the top. And then I think you maybe refrigerate that. And then you end up putting Cool Whip all over the top.
Yeah.
So easy.
Totally know of it.
Yeah.
And I ate plenty of it.
Ooh,
it would have passed the pink food test.
Yes.
But I never made one, which is odd because I didn't mind making cakes and stuff like that.
Right. Oh, there we go. I think we're probably done.
Now this time I'm saved by the bell.
Yeah, for my long story about poke cake.
Yes. Oh gosh, it's very insistent.
Yeah. Oh, it's wiggly jiggly.
It is.
I'm concerned.
I am too. I keep thinking, I'm like, I get sick with undercooked egg. Do you think it'll just harden
as it cools?
But
see, the center is, it feels
it's very soft. Maybe a couple more minutes, Kristen.
Okay. Let's give it a try.
Okay, we're going a couple extra minutes.
You know, and we can't count on the fact that my microwave cooks like the microwaves in 1982.
There's no telling.
Put it on for 3
minutes. This is going to be the longest podcast ever, and it's just going to be beeps.
I know, right? Nothing but beeps.
At the end of the podcast, when you put funny things in, if you are a listener to the podcast and you have not yet noticed, stay around, because Kristen likes to take bloopers and some other stupid things that I do.
All Carrie.
It's pretty much all me. And put them at the end of the podcast so you can laugh and mock me for all eternity.
At the very, very end, after we say, don't say poison. We're making food.
Yeah.
That's when I put funnies. I've been doing it for 2 seasons now.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard, stick around and listen.
Yeah.
And this time I'm thinking Kristen should just do a song in microwave beeps.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Maybe a 1982 Ford, whatever year song.
I have it.
Okay, let's hear what song.
You know what came out? Yeah, in Microwave Beeps, 1982, the song made by Frank and Moon Unit Zappa came out.
Oh, I remember the names.
Valley Girl. She's a Valley Girl. She's a Valley Girl. I could do boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop.
I think maybe we should find something better.
Okay. Well, how about let's talk about Valley Girl terminology?
Oh, you don't have another song?
No.
That was it?
That was it. Well, I already sang for you, don't you want
I think that'd be a major better beep option.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about Valley Girl terminology anyway, because you say one of these words constantly, and so do I. And I try to edit them all out of the podcast because, I think that we sound like we are from the 80s.
Oh, we are.
We say like constantly on the podcast, and I try to edit them all out.
Really?
Yep. So that was totally a Valley Girl terminology.
That is seriously gnarly, dude.
As if.
Hit me with a spoon.
That's so bitchin'.
I would never have said that.
No, we would get in trouble.
That is a bad word.
Yeah, that word is grody.
Our parents listen to this, Kristen.
Whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. I'm out of
it was a good one for sure.
Yes.
Let's see. Totally.
Oh, yes.
These are great. Oh, my God. I said that so weird. Oh, my God.
It's the face she makes. Like her lip goes up, her eye squinches. Do it again.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what happens, but half of her face goes up into her hairline.
All right, seriously.
Awkward.
Anyways.
Oh, anyways.
With the S at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, those are good ones.
They're amazing.
So amazing. For sure, Carrie.
I like them.
Ooh, I think we need to just be done cooking this sucker.
You think people are sick of the beep?
They're sick of our Valley Girls.
Oh, I think they are too.
Oh, it's really fluffed up high now.
Oh, it looks better.
It's wiggly wobbly, but I think maybe as it cools.
We'll find out.
Oh, here's hoping. When I touch it, it's very bouncy like a waterbed. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right.
Wiggly jiggly.
Yeah, so we ought to let this cool for a while. Otherwise, it's going to be way too flabby and too molten lava.
Thought you were making a joke on me, starting with flabby, and I'm like,
oh,
it's mean. But I am not like molten lava. Well, you know what? There are moments. It's the age.
There are moments.
Molten lava from the inside. It's the hormones.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we will see you guys in a few minutes after we let this bad boy cool.
The bread pudding has been sufficiently microed.
It has.
It has been sufficiently cooled.
It looks great. It is peeled away from the edges. It feels way more solid.
It does. It looks like bread pudding, but it's very eggy.
You know what it looks like? That egg casserole that... Did we end up making it on the podcast or just sharing? I think we just shared the recipe.
Yes.
And it's a savory breakfast casserole where you put the crumbled up sausage on the bottom and bread cubes and eggs.
Yes.
That's what this looks like.
It does. It is far eggier than I anticipated it to be.
So let's take a scoop of this.
Oh, and then Kristen pulls, she has a spoon in it. She pulls the spoon out and there's this red streak on it and it freaked me out.
Looks like it's bleeding.
Yes, it's because there's cherries on the bottom.
Cherries. Oh, wow. It's very liquidy at the bottom, of
Right,
course.
because it's
the cherries.
nothing but the cherries.
Let me pour that over. You know what? The egg is completely cooked. I expected to dig down and see some, ooey gooey egg that hadn't been completely cooked. No, this seems to be cooked perfectly.
It does. It dishes up oddly in the pan because the egg stuff stays where it is, but the cherry pie filling fills in
the hole that you left.
The whole
and so you don't want to keep scooping that out, or some people won't have any cherries in theirs.
I'm finding that I am a little more hesitant on this one than I was at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It may be the egg.
Yeah. As she takes a bite of that, I want to get you guys in the mood for this recipe. I found a list of the habits of 1982, listening to Michael Jackson's Thriller album, playing video games, Ms. Pac-Man and Q*bert.
Oh, Q*bert.
Yeah. Breakdancing.
Never.
Moonwalking.
Still can't.
Yeah, I can't either. Watching the film E.T.
I can do that.
Watching and sometimes exercising with Jane Fonda's workout videotape.
I totally love Jane Fonda's workout tape.
I prefer Richard Simmons' Dancing to the Oldies.
Sweating
Richard Simmons Sweating to the Oldies. I preferred that. Yeah. Now, this one kind of stumped me, and I had to look up what it was. And then I totally knew. Wearing dealy boppers. Do you know what dealy boppers are?
No.
They are those headbands with two springs, like antennas, and then you would have like pom-poms on the top or other things like that. Those are really popular in 82.
I don't remember wearing them. I do remember them.
Yes,
I surely had no idea they had a name.
Me neither.
Dealy bopper.
Dealy boppers.
Okay.
And then my favorite, playing with strawberry shortcake dolls.
Yes, please.
Yes.
All day.
Please.
Loved her.
Oh my gosh, we had a whole bunch of them, didn't we? I even had the purple pie man. He was creepola.
He was. And I had blueberry pie, which was the boy.
Blueberry muffin was the girl. You had huckleberry pie, the boy.
That's it.
Excuse me. I know my strawberry shortcakes. I have a candle in my bedroom that is blueberry muffin. It has her picture on it.
Oh,
yes, thank you.
Sorry.
I know, right? And then you had the little one called Apple Dumpling.
Yes, she was one of my favorites.
She had curly red hair like you did.
She did, and she came with a pet. I want to say a rabbit, but I'm afraid to say anything because you're going to
turtle. I'll correct you.
It's fine. Yeah, whatever. Eat
strawberry shortcake had a cat.
Let's stop talking, and why don't you eat some of the cherry bread pudding? It's good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's eggier than bread pudding typically is.
Yeah.
I wish we could have kind of gotten that egg mixture more into the bread. I think that would have helped or maybe added more bread. I don't know, but it's tasty. The cherry pie filling is delicious. It just has a slightly more eggy texture.
Right. It's absolutely delicious, but I just thought of something. Remember how we've purchased apples and they were too big for 70s standards?
Yes.
We used 3 eggs, and when I brought them out, I thought they looked huge. What if they were extra huge for early 80s standards of large eggs?
Oh.
Because really, they were large for 2024 standards, 2025 standards.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so maybe it is just too much egg. So maybe just 2 eggs.
Or maybe 3 medium eggs.
Yes.
Let me look at the box.
Who buys medium egg? Do they even sell medium eggs?
I know, right?
I don't think so. I'm going to try one more bite because it is tasty. And if you get the bready part, it tastes like bread pudding, and you get a chunk of the eggy part. It's still delicious.
Eggy. It really is delicious. I just went and looked at the egg carton, and they just say large. But when I pulled them out, I thought, dang, those are extra large.
You can even smell the egg when you put it in your face. It's good. The cherry pie filling is good. It's just too eggy, I think.
It is very, very eggy. Yeah. Can we say egg another time? That was eggy. What was it like to you, Carrie?
Well, I found it to be a bit eggy.
Yeah. And you know what? When I put it up to my nose, I smell egg. What do you taste when you taste the bread?
I taste a lot of egg.
Yeah. Fancy that.
My gosh, people are dropping like flies, man. All right, people. Well, I can't eat any more eggs. So that is it for this episode. Thank you for still being with us after all of those eggs.
If you are.
Yeah, right. Be sure to mark your calendars for our next episode. It is on February 10th. Mm-hmm. We are going to be making the winner of our horrific 1970s diet recipe contest. Yeah, based on the torture that you, our beloved listener, determined that we needed to experience. So tune in to find out which of the bad recipe wins, or maybe the worst recipe wins. Oh, boy. The worstest, the worser.
The most worstest.
The baddest of them all. Yeah. Leroy Brown, baddest man recipe in the whole darn town.
Oh, boy. Bye.
Oh. Thanks for listening to Mom's Wooden Spoon. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe. If you want a copy of this recipe or to see the pictures and other items from this episode, go to our website, momswoodenspoon.com. If you'd rather, check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Pick your poison.
Don't say poison. We're making food. You want to lick the lid?
No.
Lick it? You want to lick that?
No, I do not.
I want to lick that, but I don't want the sugar. I want to lick it.
You put it in the trash. Put it in the trash.